Good morning, aspirants. Welcome to your daily current affairs bulletin from the Hindu, Indian Express and X, especially designed for UPSC and competitive exams. Let's quickly go through today's most important news and analysis. Correct answer D. All three explanation. All three statements are correct. US Customs clarified exemptions apply only to shipments already in transit, subject to a special customs code declaration and clearance removal before 17 September 2025 EDT. National Affairs 130th Constitutional Amendment Bill introduced in Lok Sabha. The government proposed a key amendment allowing the removal of the Prime Minister, Chief Ministers, and other ministers who have been arrested and detained for 30 consecutive days on charges involving a minimum of 5 years imprisonment without needing a conviction. The president or governor for state ministers must then remove them. Post-release reappointment is possible. Bill referred to a joint parliamentary committee. International Affairs. US-India trade and diplomatic crisis escalates. The US has imposed steep tariffs on Indian exports, 25% initially, later an additional 25%, bringing the total to 50%, one of the highest for any trading partner. India condemned the move as unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable, pointing to its strategic autonomy in sourcing energy. The crisis has strained defense ties and cast uncertainty over future Quad engagements. Science and Technology. ISRO's future missions on tracking. Chandrayaan-4, a planned lunar sample return mission aiming to bring back 3 kg of regolith, targeted for launch around 2027. LUPEX, a joint ISRO and JAXA mission to deploy a lander and rover near the lunar south pole, expected no earlier than 2026. Crewed lunar landing. ISRO targets landing an Indian astronaut on the moon by 2040. Defense AMP, Security, Environment Segment Mission Sudarshan Chakra unveiled, announced on 15 August. This comprehensive Made in India strategic shield integrates AI, quantum tech, hypersonic interceptors, and multi-domain surveillance to defend critical national infrastructure. It fuses capabilities across land, air, sea, cyber, and space domains. Designed to detect, neutralize threats, and launch counter-strikes with real-time AI-driven responses, the system aims for operational readiness by 2035. Editorial Insights. First, Constitutional Ethics versus Executive Overreach. The 130th Amendment's 30-day detention clause raises important questions on the balance between accountability and constitutional principles, especially the separation of powers and democratic governance. Second, geopolitical fallout of trade warfare. The US-India trade standoff marks a shift from strategic partnership toward transactional friction. Aspirants should critically evaluate long-term impacts on energy security, defense cooperation, and multilateral frameworks like the Quad. Third, space ambitions reflect India's soft power. ISRO's forward-looking vision, from lunar sample return to crewed missions, offers a potent narrative on scientific excellence and global prestige through peaceful space exploration. Fourth, Mission Sudarshan Chakra, strategic autonomy in practice. It exemplifies India's push for self-reliance in defense, integrating emerging technologies, AI, quantum, and hypersonics into a unified national security architecture. MCQ type question of the day. Question: with reference to Mission Sudarshan Chakra, consider the following statements. 1. It is a civilian environmental resilience project to protect coastal ecosystems. 2. The mission integrates multi-domain surveillance with offensive and defensive capabilities. 3. It relies on indigenous AI and quantum technologies for real-time threat response. Which of the statements given above is correct? A. 1 only. B. 2 only. C. 2 and 3 only. D. All of the above 3. Answer to be revealed in tomorrow's bulletin. Yesterday, we highlighted cloudbursts and flash floods in the Himalayas as an important environmental topic. Today, let's take a closer look at cloudbursts and flash floods, a recurring challenge in the Himalayan region. A cloudburst is an extreme rainfall event, often exceeding 100 mm per hour, occurring over a very localized area. They are common in the Himalayas because of steep topography, warm moist monsoon winds, and orographic lifting. When this sudden rain falls on fragile mountain slopes, it triggers flash floods, landslides, and debris flows. Recent events in Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and Ladakh show how destructive they can be, washing away homes, roads, and even hydropower projects. Why UPSC relevance? Prelims, definition of cloudburst, regions where it occurs, IMD classification. Mains, General Studies Paper 1 and General Studies Paper 3 causes, human and ecological impacts, NDMA guidelines, and need for early warning systems. Mitigation measures include strengthening weather forecasting, restricting construction in ecologically sensitive zones, improving drainage systems, and community-level disaster preparedness. Remember, cloudbursts are a classic example of how climate change, fragile ecosystems, and human activity combine to amplify disaster risks. These were the key highlights from today's The Hindu, Indian Express NX for UPSC and competitive exams. Stay consistent, keep revising, and remember, current affairs are not just facts, they are context for your answers. Thank you for watching today's Current Affairs Bulletin. If you found this useful, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Your support keeps us motivated to bring you daily updates. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.
This is a curated educational summary of The Hindu, the Indian Express Annex for the use of IAS and competitive exam aspirants. All rights to original reporting belong to The Hindu, Indian Express Annex.